Hello, everybody. What is going on? It's episode 59 of the fAnaticZ podcast. We are here to talk about amazing sports in Arizona, and I'm Damien.
What it do, Scattaboo? It's Dylan.
It's the man who can't win, Frank.
Yeah, rumor has it that you're in last place, or you got the toilet bowl trophy in our fantasy league.
I get to
Yep.
make my own trophy. How wonderful is that?
And it looks like none of us are going to be the ones to take first place. I I think I'm in the third place game this
I ain't
week,
gonna,
and that's it.
so I
Hey,
ain't gonna lie. I
it's all
rage quit like
fun.
a,
It is what it is.
I rage quit like a month ago. So I like uninstalled the app because like I knew my playoff chances were out. I was like, you know what? We'll try again next year, keepers league,
Damn.
and we'll run it back. So because I haven't
That's
played
so
fantasy
funny.
football in like 4 years, so like it's been quite a while.
By
I
the
can
way,
tell
thank
I
you to
swept both of you
everybody who
guys.
did join us.
I swept the podcast. Thank you.
That's the only way
Well,
you got
once
to the
before I
third
reached
place game.
before I rage quit, bro, I had like 4 games where I lost by like 5 points or less. Like
I
just
That's
did
where I
close.
too.
was.
I had to pull a 5 game winning streak to get into the third place game, but I ended up being able to just take advantage of everybody else quitting. Basically,
Damn.
yeah, everyone else basically just quit once it got too bad. I won enough games early on to where I was like, I knew that I would make the playoffs. I thought I was gonna win the league, to be honest, but the dude that went undefeated early on, he probably gonna win. So
Yeah, that's why we
shout
need
out
to
to
do a
him. I think
keepers
it's
league.
Timothy. I don't know what the rest of your name is, but shout out to you, Timothy. You ran a great team in the league, and I know you probably watched the podcast. So shout out to you, bro, for being awesome, and shout out to everybody that participated in the league. And if you want to participate in our league next year, it's something that we're going to do annually. So stay tuned
Not only that, but if we get enough interest, we can do a second pool.
for
Well,
sure.
next year we gotta do keepers though, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Frankie
I tell
is
you what, next year I ain't
Frankie
getting
wants
last.
multiple leagues so bad. I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah, the gold, silver, like all that.
He had it all vision for the whole thing.
I mean, we can
what do
still
you
try it next year during the off season. Don't hurt, but for sure we gotta
What do you
run
got
that
to say,
keepers.
Frankie?
Oh, nothing.
My bad. Well, yeah, I
I
mean,
just I just
what?
hope
My bad.
ASU doesn't feel that hurt and the man stays in town, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he stays in town. Kenny Dillingham has come out on multiple platforms and not outright said it, but kind of outright said he's good. He likes Arizona State. He went to Arizona State. He wants to do something special at a place that's, like Dylan would say, special to him. Or I guess
Yeah,
like he
there
would
was a
say.
yeah, there was that clip I saw yesterday morning on Arizona Sports that they posted on their reels on Facebook and all that, and they were asking him about how he feels about ASU, and basically he said it's a very special place for me, and long pause for like 10, 15 seconds, trying not to choke up and cry. And he was like, "Was that a long enough pause for you? It's just a very special place for me." So that's all I was basically saying. So kind of tough read there, especially with all the rumors out there going to Michigan. So
Man, it would be. I don't know. I think all the conversation, I think the media talk is just. It's just him. I think putting out in the open. It's like, hey, I love it here. I know places are looking, so can we? What are you guys gonna do to take care of us and make sure the team's still good for the future?
Yeah, I mean, if he uses it to leverage more whatever at ASU, I think that's the correct move for him. If that's necessary, I don't know how all in ASU is already. You know what I mean? But
Right.
if they're
My
not
thing.
all in, then this should give them a reason to make sure that they are. And also, I feel confident that he's staying because he's saying that he feels confident that they're going to have a good quarterback at ASU. And the way he was smiling and saying, and he said it twice. Oh yeah, I feel really confident that we're gonna have a good quarterback here at ASU. And then he laughs, and then he says, "Oh yeah, I feel real confident we're gonna have a good QB here." So I think that we're good.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna
especially
say
watching that kid that we that committed to us, watching some of
Jake
his
Fett.
highlights. Yes. Say it again.
Jake Fett.
Yeah. Boba Fett.
well, ever since Kenny got hired, he's been respected nationally with his recruiting. So I believe it, but he's gonna have to because Sims is like what, a mega senior, and then
Yeah, I mean, for me,
Levitt's gone.
I feel
So
like hearing him say what he's saying, I feel like quarterback is under wraps. But Jordan Tyson going to the NFL, there's going to be a whole another thing we need to search for, which is people to catch the ball. So it's like I think the approach should be a T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. Like we need to get two really good receivers, not one, but two really good receivers, and then I think we can go really do a lot of damage in the conference that we're in because you need a high powered offense to put up points with these teams.
most
Right.
important, most importantly, we can't really go by a running back by committee either, because I think Raleek
No,
Brown just declared for the NFL draft too. So
He did.
yep,
but if you do go running back by committee, it better be a damn good committee.
I know. I mean, at first we started off the season averaging, believe it or not, the first 3 games we were getting 200 yards rushing between Sam and our running backs, and yeah, so and then just kind of went downhill from there. It was kind of inconsistent.
Well, yeah, well, we have we don't you don't have those problems at U of A though. You don't have those problems at U of A right now.
I was gonna say, I feel like both schools are in a good spot because they actually have, coaches and a head coach specifically that wants to be there. The only thing that kind of does make me hesitant, on going all in on the KD, him, being at ASU committing is the fact that Jed Fish said some of the exact same shit on ESPN a day before he took the Washington job. So I can see why people are kind of like weary and skittish about it, but I do think he's going to end up staying. He's just kind of waiting out to see if he can get some more, potential NIL funds or something like that.
Yeah, I don't really I don't take anything that anybody says 100%. There's always the prospect of they're offering this man millions of dollars. So
Michigan gonna have more of that dough than us.
way more. So like at the end of the day, I wouldn't blame him for trying to become legendary and also taking a huge bag. But I think that there is a level of opportunity that comes with a school like ASU that hasn't really done anything on a major level. If you can do one championship at ASU, like one national championship, then you're a legend forever.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, I've said this before, like, I mean, it does make sense because he can play the Kiffin card, but also my sentiments, like, why would you go to pony up on somebody else's work when you can create your own legend?
Exactly.
Honestly, I didn't think he. I think it's Sam leaving. It's not really. I mean, it's one thing with Cam Scatterbo being drafted, but then the original core was Cam, Sam, and Tyson, and now all three are gone. And then you're gonna have more players on defense, probably a few getting drafted, plus Burley, what we mentioned earlier. So like, I don't think what's going on currently from what went on in the playoffs against Texas, a couple years later down the line is what he envisioned. So I think Sam kind of possibly leaving is kind of the ending effect of him having his tenure here. So.
That's a possibility. That's what I was. That's where I was at first until I saw the press conferences, and he seemed like he's pretty locked in. And it's like the Devin Booker thing. It's like you are the man here. If you go somewhere else, you're instantly just going to be under a bunch of pressure.
Oh, yeah.
The pressure is way lighter here. You lost all the people that we talked about. Your Cam Scatterboo's gone. Now Levitt's gone. Now Tyson's gone. You got grace to restart and rebuild. And when you go to Michigan, it's going to be okay. Let's win a championship right away. So I don't know. I think the pros and cons are like, hey, you have the opportunity to make something yours, or then you have the opportunity to go be a part of something that's greater than probably anything you've ever done. But the expectations that come with that are going to crush you if you fail.
Right. It could be very well what happened to Brady Hoke and Rich Rodriguez when they went to Michigan. Both very high, thought of up and coming coaches, and then they take that big move, and then all of a sudden the spotlight's too big.
Exactly.
You know what this could be deja vu similar with? Jaden Daniels with his freshman and sophomore year. Like, dude was okay, and then he trained up to his sophomore year, went to LSU, transferred to someone else, and became a freaking Heisman finalist, dude. So I watch him leave ASU and into his junior year and just ball the hell out. Like, that could be a very similar story with Sam Levitt, like Jaden Daniels.
I can see it. I mean, you got to look at it objectively. Although we like ASU as fans, the weapons that he could get at a bigger school would probably be way better suited for his game because he's a runner, to where they would have a lot to worry about if he had like a stacked running back and a couple good receivers or a receiver and a tight end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna go cook somewhere because they're gonna have a better situation for him to cook in.
I just hope whatever the decision is, it's not too much longer.
Me too.
Kenny leaving would definitely be the nail in the coffin, because we were talking about dynasty, dude, after that playoff appearance and being so close to a championship nationally and all that. So that's not really a dynasty when everything when you kind of have to because honestly, Cam Scatterby was our core. He was our main reason why we went to that far, you know.
Yeah,
So
he's one
obviously
of those
it was gonna
players.
be a little work after he got drafted. So like it was still doable and maintainable to kind of build off of that after he got drafted. So maybe it was given up too quickly. I don't know.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you're Kenny Dillingham, you can't just run away at when everything's not good. This is a perfect chance to prove you are who we think you are by making the program good again. It's not like they fell off a cliff that hard. People left. People went to the NFL. People got hurt a lot. Speaking of Tyson, and now they're not going to be around. It's time to show that you can replace them and still. That's what good college coaches do. Alabama was never good because of the particular players they had, outside of the fact that they always had the best players. You know what I mean? Like, they would always be able to get the best players. So if Kenny can recruit the best players, or even players that are good enough, we're right by California, there should be no problem, or in Texas, so there should be no problem. He can't continue to find the diamonds in the roughs. So let's just trust him. Hopefully he's a man of his word. He's not just gonna run when stuff gets tough. And yeah, let's challenge him to be who we thought he was.
Exactly.
I would love to segue into the next thing, but I forgot what it was. I'm just kidding. The Phoenix Suns, man. I think that's what we. Oh, the Diamondbacks. No, the Diamondbacks, dude. Oh my God.
We got breaking news right after last week's episode.
Yes,
Merrill Kelly has rejoined the Dbacks. 2 years and $40 million.
Who?
Merrill.
So yeah, like I know, like we were talking about, like, oh, maybe if Merrill Kelly rejoins and this and that, and it finally happened. So
here he is.
Well, and then now you have the talk of the Diamondbacks apparently being interested in Alex Bregman.
Then what was the point of letting Eugenio Suarez go then?
Yeah, what was the point? I don't get what this.
Yeah, that was goofy. Then, like, there's no point. Like, and then no, there was zero. If you're gonna get Alex Bregman, there was 0 point letting Suarez go.
And Naylor,
get a first baseman, dude. We need a first baseman.
What's going on here? Maybe Bregman's contract fits better or something.
I thought he was supposed to demand something over like $200 million on his next contract. How are you going to be able to afford that for an offensive player from 1 and 2? That should be going towards pitching.
Well, he's not going to get that 100%. That's why he's still sitting.
And not to mention, he's a Scott, and we always get burned by this, and we have to deal with this pain in the ass guy. But he's a Scott Boras client.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Why? Why?
So he's going to demand money regardless, dude.
Well, I get it. Actually, I get it. As a player, you're going to want this asshole to get you as much money as possible. That makes sense. Damn, that sucks.
And
I
what's
know.
wild
So
is
I kind of find our chances to sign and like our chances are great for D-backs to sign them. Like they're kicking it into gear, but like I personally see it very slim.
I just don't get what we're doing. We're spending money to avoid spending money on the same thing we're spending money on.
for more money.
For more money. This is like some like reverse the how you don't run a franchise. That's why I can't wait to drop this little special video I've been working on for the channel. It goes over stupid crap like this, and it's not in depth, but it just you'll see.
And
It's a good
and here's
video.
and here's my other thought too. You can probably correct me if I'm wrong. That's something to look up, like another thing to look
Yeah, I
up.
can look it up.
So what's Josh Naylor getting paid with his new contract with Seattle right now? I don't think it's over $100 million,
Probably a bargain.
but it's probably like 80-ish, 90. So it's like, why in the world would you pay Alex Bregman that much money and unload both of those two guys?
I don't know. So I'm
Well,
gonna look it up, but my computer's booting. So
Oh shit.
in
but
the
the thing,
meantime,
my thing is, it's interesting that that report about Bregman comes out like a couple days after, the report that Kendrick trims, is going to trim payroll for this year or wants to per se, and then it's like, oh, let's just add another money monster.
And I thought $40 million was plenty enough for Merrill Kelly as it was.
I mean, in
He's
my
38.
opinion, it was
He's
well worth it.
37, 38 years old. So, granted, he can give you the most consistent starts out of everybody that we currently have on our starting five right now.
We
so
gave
Josh
Uh,
him,
Naylor
we gave him
signed.
that money.
Josh Naylor signed a 5-year, $92.5 million
yeah, I knew
contract.
it was. I knew it wasn't $100 million. So I was like, why in the world are you gonna bargain with that price range when you unload both Suarez and Naylor go? Irate and D-back fans. Makes zero sense to me.
They thought they had something going, and then, well, never mind. We're back to square one. But the
Meanwhile,
thing,
sorry,
what
go
I
ahead.
love, no, you're good. What I love about the Kelly deal is, sure, it's a little much for a guy who's 37, possibly, but he's the guy that through everything, he's been the anchor of the pitching staff. He's held everything together. He's been the one guy that shows up even when Zach Gallen and whoever down the line 2, 3, and 4 are getting beat every night.
And it's like the only thing they addressed with pitching so far is Michael Soroka, who hasn't had a proven track record besides relief with the Chicago Cubs, and he barely gave up any runs during that time. And he's only been and as a starter, he's been horrid. So it's like, is he good for us for a couple innings in the bullpen, or is he a back end guy in our rotation? We don't know till spring.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, it sounds
every
like he's gonna be a rotation back end guy, at least until Corbin Burns or whoever else.
doesn't make sense. They're saying they need to get as much pitching as possible. We're talking about Alex Bregman. What in the hell?
And then we only brought one guy in. Well, two guys. Merrill's back, but
We
yeah, two
Soroka,
guys.
relief.
Soroka.
Yeah, we got Kelly and Soroka, and that's it. So no, but again, no
Hey,
closer.
that's better than what we had last year.
Another episode where I say no
Well, I guess
closer.
we had Kelly last.
So the amount
Yeah.
of games that we blew with a closer by committee or Justin Martinez, so
Yes.
we were once linked to Ryan Helsley, and at one point at the beginning of the season, that never happened. So
Yeah, Kendrick just wants like he spends money at random times, and then when you think he would pay more attention to needs, he's just like, "Nah, we're good. Let's go get Alex Bregman."
kind of feels like it that way. Some Jerry
But
Jones shit, low key, but for baseball.
but I mean, if
So
there was some way that we could keep both, him and Cattell on the same roster, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
And meanwhile, the Dodgers. And speaking of closers, the freaking Dodgers, of course, get better with Edwin Diaz. They get a closer. We're still with nothing. Oh,
I
they
mean,
get the trumpets.
they're banking on who we have right now, I guess, with either Martinez or Pot coming off the injury.
I
Uh,
don't mind the Soroka move. That move is sneaky good because Soroka can be super good. He can.
it can be.
Well, the only reason that he wasn't and hasn't been in other games is because he tore his Achilles and just was out for 2 years with a super bad Achilles tear. But if he can stay healthy, this man it was sixth in Cy Young in 2019, had an ERA of 2.68, way better than anybody that we had by double, by literally double the ERA. So I think that this is a sneaky good move.
Definitely.
This is the problem with us, though. We always sign injured people. Why are we signing people that are injured, brother? He's back. He's healthy. He's ready to go. So it's a good little. It's not. It's a cheap gamble for a high payout because he can be like really good. So we have him. We bring Zach Gallen back, and Zach Gallen freaking nuts up and buckles down. Maybe we got something here. Maybe we have what we need. We just need to get a closer.
One of the guys. I mean, and hopefully he might have a recovery this year, but one of the guys that I'm really disappointed that he's still in the starting rotation is Erod.
I can't do it.
It's too late. It's too
Don't
late with
get
that,
Dylan
dude.
started.
It's too late with that, my guy. He's getting paid almost $20 million a year. He's buried in that one, and he was a 3 last year. So
sometimes I can't blame the team for making bad moves because it seemed like a good move at first, and then now that you're paying someone $20 million, you're not going to pay them to not do their job,
even if they're not doing their job effectively.
Hey, brother, listen, I don't care what you're doing out there. You're going to hurt yourself in the long run because I'm not going to bring you back, but I'm giving you $20 million. You better go try your best.
Dude, it's like when we were stuck with Yosmani Tomas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember those days.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh,
man. That's devastating stuff right there. No, but I'm happy. I'm happy that they're at least trying, though. They could have just gotten some old bum pitcher that has a good name, but they're actually trying to get people that he was sixth in Cy Young voting in 2019. So,
still relatively young.
Yeah, he's still young, and it wasn't like he hurt his arm or shoulder. And while he was hurt, he's been developing different pitches and stuff. So he hurt his Achilles. He's a damn pitcher. He's just not Michael Jordan. We don't need him running around. I don't know how he even tore his Achilles in the first place, but whatever I'm sure they coached him out of whatever bad movement he was making to make him hurt himself like that. Or maybe he was trying to run and got hurt. I don't know how he got hurt, but I think it's very, I don't know the statistics on this, but I don't think pitchers suffer that injury very often. I have no clue. But it's a weird injury. You usually hear it's like elbow, Tommy John's, or some shit like that.
Sorry, it was a random thought, but wasn't Gallen signed to another team for 5 minutes and then got shut down?
When?
Today?
No, it was a week ago max. I think it was possibly the Chicago Cubs. It was a Ken Rosenthal report, and then 5 minutes later, it was like, oh, never mind. He's not a Chicago Cub.
That would be
you know how that shit works.
Did I saw that story? He was a Chicago Cub for 5 minutes. Or maybe it wasn't a Cub. It was a different team.
It happens all the time. Reporting, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, JK.
Yeah. They thought he signed that contract already. They rushed it or something.
They saw an MLB Centel page.
Zach Gallen's agent, who was also Boras, by the way. He was like, whoa, player, don't sign that paper yet. They're reporting it. I don't know.
He's like, see if the D-backs offer you more.
But no, I was seeing that story go everywhere. I'm surprised you guys didn't see it. It was shared on Arizona Sports Fanaticz to our Facebook group.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the case may be, I hope they make a decision soon with Gallen. Whether he's a Cub or a Diamondback or an Astro or whatever.
Don't quote me with the Cubs. It was I'm pretty sure it was, but it could have been a different team. But
yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm saying whatever the case may be, they need to make a damn decision on this man soon so we can know.
Right.
Interesting spot though. What if he is interested in the Cubs at Wrigley Field and throwing beach balls lately, and it's windy there, and interesting spot. But hey, you do you. You go from Chase Field indoors, and
you don't even want him back. You can't be talking crap.
Well, no, but like I'm just saying, you go from Chase Field indoors, which is also hitter friendly park, to also hitter friendly park to Wrigley, like
Listen,
windy,
bro,
like
I don't care what the logistics are. I don't care if it's the single hardest place to pitch in the world. If you give me the contract I want, I'm taking it. In a city that I can stand to live in, I'm taking it. I would take less money to live somewhere that's warm though. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't want to live somewhere that gets super cold. Not my style.
I don't know if I would want to live in Chicago.
Chicago kind of dangerous, but the food
their
is
fan
probably
base
worth
too when
risking
they
your
do you
life.
bad. If
What?
the Chicago got it coming up though, like they've had quite a few games last year where they had quite a few home runs.
Yeah, it's a good city for food, I hear. So I want to go visit Chicago. I've never been there before, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't live there.
Oh no.
Very busy.
Yeah, very busy. I'm cool with busy cities. I like that. That's kind of my vibe. But the people that live in Arizona, a lot of them are from Chicago. So if your fucking conditions of life are to where you're moving to Arizona, I'm not gonna go live there. If you want to come live in Arizona, preferably, then yes, I'm not going to where you were.
No kidding.
That's so funny,
Anywho
man.
with the
Well, I think the
D-backs.
Diamondbacks. What?
Oh, I was just saying anywho with the D-backs.
Yeah, I think we put a fork in those guys. I mean, it's really nothing going on with them.
To
I'm
be
happy that the
continued.
Cattell Marte drama's kind of drumming down.
Sunny Suns.
His no trade list, which was the Yankees, the Giants, the Marlins,
The White Sox.
and what was the fifth one?
I think the
I
Red
think
Sox.
I think the was it the Padres? I don't know the fifth one,
I,
but
it was a California team.
I think it was the Padres too.
Yeah, I think it was the
He does
Padres
not
too.
want to be in
I'm not
California,
100%
bro.
sure about that, but I do think it was the Padres.
He
But he
didn't
didn't
want to be.
mention the Angels or the Dodgers.
He
He
didn't want to be
didn't.
teammates
That
with Manny Machado.
dude, I'd be so pissed off if he went to the Dodgers. It would. I would just stop watching baseball literally forever.
I think a lot
I
of
would
people
quit.
would.
I would rage quit. I just no. It can't happen.
I mean, he can at least go on the Angels with Mike Trout. Okay, that's more respectable. Like,
I don't care any other team but the Dodgers or Yankees. If he goes to those two teams, I'm turning in my card and I'll never watch a single game of baseball ever again in my life.
Damn.
Yep, is that real? When Shohei Ohtani went to the Dodgers, I was like, "This is my favorite player. I can't root for him no more."
Is it?
And then it was over. I was like, "Okay, he's not my favorite player no more. It's over with."
No, like freaking LA just because they have the funnel pipeline.
I, I
They're
hate the
they're a
Dodgers.
walking all-star team every single night out.
Yeah, I hate them. There's not many franchises that I like outright hate as much as I hate the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, guys. Hate to say it. I'll never be a Dodgers beat writer or anything like that because they won't allow me to because I'm expressing my hate publicly.
I feel like it's an unwritten. I feel like it's an unwritten rule as a D-back fan.
You have to hate them.
You have to really dislike / hate the Dodgers. So
Yeah. It's natural. It's what we should do. And you know what? You know what else is natural? The ebbs and flows and the way that things go in a season, especially in NBA basketball. I was on Instagram yesterday and I saw Jalen Green's story and he's shooting baskets and everybody in the comments were like, it's time, it's time. So I think he's on his way back.
The
That would
end of
be
December, it sounds like.
yeah, that would be huge for the Suns. Get us winning some of these little games that we're getting cheated out of by the refs, like the Lakers.
Dude, I still don't understand how LeBron was not ejected for making contact with the official twice.
Yeah, but Dylan Brooks somehow fouled him by like trying to grab onto something while he was falling.
Absurd.
When you have that reputation, that Draymond Green, that Dylan Brooks reputation, you can't even try to hold yourself up from falling without it looking like you're trying to hurt somebody or something.
did you guys see that Richards could possibly be heading to Toronto?
Yeah.
For
I don't
what?
know how I feel about that.
Abaji? No, Abaji's not even in Toronto anymore, is he?
Yeah, Toronto's interested in Richards.
Who's Toronto sending?
Yeah,
I
what are
have
we
no
getting?
clue. I don't know who they want to send for Richards if they're
I heard that
interested.
you could get multiple second round picks for him.
My
I
thing
want player
is,
though.
it's just like, for once, can we just play who we have, let them develop, see what we can do, a year in? Why do we always have to constantly talk, trade, and blowing shit up? Lightning is going to strike twice if we make these stupid ass trades.
I think the 5 position is the only trade that I'm okay with, and I just want us to get something that makes sense. And the only reason I say that is because we have Oso Iguodaro, Mark Williams, and Kamal Malwatch all for one spot. And if they're ready to bring Malwatch up from the G League, there can't be 4 centers. That's
Right.
like literally almost a third of the entire roster at one position. That would be terrible.
I mean, Williams ain't going anywhere.
Exactly. He's
And
gonna
Kellen
start, but
Olson
they're
was
just
even confident on that too. So
but we need somebody in tow just in case he gets injured, you know. So it's
Right.
like either Oso Iguodara or Nick Richards. That one of those guys has to go, or play power forward, which Oso could probably do.
See, Oso has flashes. He'll have those big games that makes you think, all right, he's worth the wait, he's worth the development. But then there's just some games you're just like, what are you doing, my guy?
I'm gonna be real with you. Outside of the LeBron James stuff, Oso Iguodara lost us that game. There was 3, like at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, or I don't even know if it was the fourth. Yeah, it was the fourth quarter. There was 3 straight possessions where he had a turnover or missed something easy, what led to them getting the ball, and it was like mind blowing how it was like you're playing 2K and your guy just fucking up. Have you ever played 2K in my player mode and your guy just like ruining the play? That's
dude,
what Oso was doing at the end of that game, and they got his ass out of there, but it was too late.
I haven't
Yeah.
played 2K since what was the one with the Paul George Pacers cover?
Oh
Jesus
man.
Christ. Holy
Dude,
crap. I don't even know which one that was, but I know which one that was. Holy cow.
bro, like I just haven't fucked with the 2Ks after that. Well, that's just me though.
Man, that's wild.
I think 2022 was the last 2K I purchased, or 2021, one of those two. I haven't
I
played it
got
in a couple years.
I got the one with Devin Booker on the cover.
I wanted that so bad. I still might because it's cheaper right now. Fuck it.
That's actually a great idea. But yeah, that cover was sick. I never got that one. I just stopped. I stopped playing. I gave up my PlayStation Network payment each month. I don't even play anything anymore. I'm
Right.
33, man. I got shit to do. I'll play video games once I live in a mansion. I love them still, but I just don't have time.
I might do that just because like what one was the one with Booker on it?
I want to
23, I
say
believe,
23.
23,
So there you
yeah.
go. It's like 3 years behind the new one. And
or
like I can get it
22,
because it's a lot cheaper and because
or
it's just Devin
21.
Booker on it and I can fucking try to get better.
I think it's 23.
Maybe it's 21 because we went to the finals that in 2020.
No, it's 23, my guy.
I'll probably find a copy
Oh
for
yeah,
like
it is
20
20. That's
bucks.
what I said first.
I'll probably find a copy for like $20 and then like try to get back into like the new 2K type shit and then get
Bro,
better.
I found
And it
mine
has
on
Devin
eBay
Booker on
for
it. Why
five
not?
bucks.
What?
I found mine on eBay for $5.
That's crazy, man. I mean, it's an old game that I would probably never play, but $5 is worth it just to have the cover and stuff.
Oh hell yeah, that's why I did it.
Yeah.
Well, that and I love me some 2K, but I tell you what, nobody. What I love most about what's going on with the Suns right now, nobody expected this. Everybody expected us to be dog shit, and then now we got Dylan Brooks in here, averaging 21 points a game.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
Yeah. Nobody expected Dylan Brooks. Nobody expected Colin Gillespie. Nobody expected this team to have any kind of like fight, which is it speaks to the last couple of regimes and the kind of culture that was set in a bad way. That was a bad culture that people just kind of felt like this team is going to give up when things get rough.
Right. But now we're kind of resetting things, getting back to, good culture. Everybody, looks like they, ride or die for one another. Everybody, the chemistry and the energy is fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what this team looks like when they're fully healthy. I mean, it sucks that we're like 30 games into the season and we're still saying that, but
Like
uh,
last year.
yeah. But at least we're winning
Bro.
this time.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
need
no,
a Jalen Green countdown tracker or some shit, like Santa Claus.
Yeah, I think that's good for us though, in a way of we're still finding ways to eke out games and really earn respect from other teams, and they're gonna have to play us completely differently when Green comes back, and that'll help us like probably go on a little streak once he gets back, or hopefully it doesn't throw us off because sometimes it can go either way. But if he comes in and it gels right away, teams won't know how to play us, and it'll be nice.
yeah, I was gonna say it'll just be nice to see what he and Book can do together, and then what'll be nice is you can have spells where you play both Book and Green, and then sit one, give them rest, play with Gillespie, everything stays in flow. I think especially with Jalen Green coming back, that gives us an extra 20-point scorer as well.
Almost automatic too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say before he re-aggravated his hamstring, he was showing us what he could do.
yep. And it's gonna especially come in handy on the days where Devin Booker isn't playing as well as he normally does. That's
Yeah,
what we
he could
need it
pick up the
for. It's like,
slack.
hey, when either of them could go have a day and the other one doesn't need to, that's gonna be very nice to have.
Right. But I
Yeah.
tell you what, it's gonna, I don't know if the Suns fans, wish for that for Christmas, so we could just get the show on the road. But that's, a nice late Christmas present to get Jalen Green back.
That was low key my closing statement. All I want for Christmas is Jalen Green back.
Pause. Um,
Woo.
yeah, I mean that kind of puts a bow on it, puts a Christmas wreath on it because yeah, I feel like the next episode would be on Christmas Day, guys. If we do that, are we doing that or what are we doing?
Nah.
No, no Christmas episode. So, guys, this is the Christmas episode. Da
Enjoy
da
your
da da
families.
da 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 da.
Well, I was talking about Christmas Day. Like, I don't know if we'll talk about doing it on Friday the day after, but
Hey, that could be a nice poll. Leave a comment. Should we film or not?
Yeah, I guess we don't have to do it on Christmas Day. We could do it the
yeah,
day
Christmas
before
Day's on
or after.
Thursday.
But yeah, either
Yeah,
way,
you
that
you've done
whatever.
it Fridays and Saturdays.
You know what I don't want for Christmas? Any more Cardinals football. I'm done. I'm
Oh,
out. It's
you know what I
over.
want? I'm almost at the point where it's just like the whole staff can just exit the building.
Well, they are. They're exiting the building on their own. No need to tell them that. The D line coach just took a job as a D line coach in college. So,
Michigan State.
yeah, Michigan State filling up the building.
Hey, wait,
And
but
so
we'll go from last week's episode. We had the eighth pick, but to today we have the sixth. Moving
We keep
on up.
moving down.
you
So
guys
What do you
think we're
guys
gonna get a
think the
quarterback?
move? What?
You guys think that we're gonna get a quarterback?
Oh,
so
we're
I
gonna get a
follow.
quarterback. It's just which one are we wanting? There's three different directions this could go.
So this
If we
like
choose to
this
draft.
mock draft site that I follow, um, they were projecting us to get Ty Simpson at number 6 from Alabama, out of
Interesting.
Dante Moore from Oregon and Mendoza from Indiana.
See, I wouldn't mind Mendoza just because you've seen the transition in his game from Cal to Indiana. He's a great, you obviously saw it his Heisman, ceremony. Great character, hard worker. He's definitely the guy you want to, reset the face of your franchise with. But again, like we've had this debate before, there's no point bringing anybody in if you don't have a plan to protect them.
Yeah. I don't know if this team like let's lay the possibilities like this. If Jonathan Gannon keeps his job, do you think he has to get a new quarterback? Or do you think that he has a choice of whether he can get a quarterback however he wants through the draft or whatever with because honestly that's Monty Ossenfort's job. But I'm sure that
Well,
Jonathan Gannon's gonna have to be in on that
well,
decision too.
one, well, once Kyler Murray's officially with another team, yes. So we obviously with Joe Kobe Brissett, it's not really the answer. Um, we can either go that direction route, drafting one of those 3 rookies in the draft, or we haven't mentioned yet, going via trade for like a veteran, like we did for Carson Palmer, and go that route. Um, Gannon never really handpicked a quarterback of his own. He just joined the job with Kyler Murray already at quarterback of the helm. So this would be his first chance. Like, okay, like I want this guy. I want or Simpson or fucking. I'm just saying a random name. Kurt. I want Cousins. Because he wants out. So like his first chance. Like, yeah, okay, I want this guy to work with, and this is like, what I'm saying. So
Yeah, my thing is like, and my route is not that I don't want to get a rookie quarterback right now, but face facts, until we completely overhaul that offensive line, we might as well bring in a veteran, get Spencer Fano with whatever, the pick we hold, and then bring in a guy like Cousins or dare I say it, Joe Burrow, if Michael Bidwell has the stones, which I don't think he does, but that's still really something to think about. Imagine Joe Burrow playing here. He would still have a stacked offense and he would have a much better defense.
So
oh,
I gotta speak to this real quick. So I've been hearing this Joe Burrow crap all over the place. I don't believe a second of it. I don't think that Joe Burrow would want to come here. I don't think the Cardinals would make it happen. But I do think that if it did happen in this fantasy world that people are speaking of, that's Carson Palmer 2.0 coming from the Bengals because they're cheap and not doing what you want them to do. But we wouldn't be able to do that with Jonathan Gannon as the head coach. We would have to fire that man and bring in a real head coach. No offense to Jonathan Gannon, but someone that's worked with high level quarterbacks before. Someone that's taken a great quarterback to the Super Bowl or to the deep playoffs. I think that if we do get him without doing that, it would be a waste of everyone's time.
And I look at it this way. I just, if Gannon does hold his job at the end of the year, he better be the only one left on his staff.
what you said earlier about Fano, I'm gonna post that Fano pick. I think he does slide around 7 to 10. I'm not opposed to it if we trade down. But my question is, we trade down, those 3 QBs are gone. Who would our QB be then if we pass on those 3?
Nobody.
So
Jacoby
that's my
Brissett.
question.
Listen, for me, if we're bringing in a veteran, just keep Jacoby Brissett. He knows the offense. If we're keeping all the same people, if we're not firing Drew Petzing, keep Jacoby Brissett. He's throwing for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns a game. If we're getting rid of Kyler, if not, we'll play Kyler because we won 3 games this year and Kyler won 2 of them. But um, the thing about it is he's doing well. It's not like Jacoby Brissett had a bad year. It's probably the best year of his entire career. You know what I mean? So if
Right. He just doesn't have a
something
defense having his bag.
something was working. My thing is, if they're smart, what I do is if I decide I'm trading Kyler Murray, I'm keeping Jacoby Brissett as a bridge quarterback. He'll play the first 5 or 6 games while Dante Moore or Mendoza or Simpson, whoever we draft, sits and watches for 6 months and learns. For me, it's like if we're taking one of those guys, if we can get Ty Simpson, that's cool. But I think I like Moore the best because he's a passer. And we got Trey McBride, we got Michael Wilson, somebody that can get those guys the ball consistently. Cool. But other than that, if you're not gonna move heaven and earth to bring a new coach and a new system in for Joe Burrow, then draft a quarterback, let Jacoby Brissett cook. And yeah,
I
fire Drew
respect that.
Petzing.
From the
Fire
season.
Drew Petzing.
But yeah, I mean, my thing is, no matter what we do, no matter what, how the offseason goes, it stops or starts with getting rid of Drew Petzing.
Oh yeah.
I 100% believe that if we bring in a different offensive coordinator, we would have 3 or 4 more wins just based on creativity.
And self-inflicted wounds with penalties and drop passes, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, those penalties and stuff. But that's on Jonathan Gannon. At the first couple games, it's on the players. But then when there's no discipline, when you're not finding people or making some sort of internal punishment for penalties, then what the heck is going on? It's week 15 and we're still getting 5 or 6 penalties for the same thing. It's not like the penalties are different stuff. It's like all false starts, all holdings.
Right.
You got to figure out how to not do that stuff. It's your job. You get paid millions of dollars to not do that.
Right.
So it's like if the coach can't stop you guys from doing it, then maybe he's a little bit too much of a friend and not enough of a coach. And that's kind of how I feel about Jonathan Gannon. He's too friendly, man. I tried to hold it back and try to root for him the whole time because it looked like the culture was changing. But I think that there's a certain level of respect that the Patriots had for Bill Belichick. That even though they hated his guts, they respected that man and did what the fuck he said to do.
Well, and the thing is, like, we've all seen the difference in play from the first half to where, we were just losing by, simple things. We were in every single game to the second half. There's some kind of disconnection, it seems like, somewhere.
Yeah, I think the disconnection is the coach. It's like it's the guys aren't locked in the entire time. They're not focused on executing the entire game. And that's on them too. I mean, players like Trey McBride were getting blown out, and this fool still, hurdling people and trying to get as much yardage as he can. Like certain players are dogs, and it's the coach's and GM's job to identify who is and who isn't, and play the people that want to be in there. So at the end of the day, it all comes back to them. It's like, hey, the guys are as good as they are, but the schemes, there's got to be a reason why we're blowing all these leads, not just the players. There's why are you calling this play in this situation, and it's putting us out of position. Even if we are to make a play, it was super hard because they should have been over here instead of over there, like shit like that. So it's like I'm sure you could go through the whole season. And I'm not gonna lie, maybe Nick Wallace needs to be like a defensive assistant, and there needs to be like a better defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I
Because
was
we
gonna
have.
say, I feel like, sorry,
Go ahead.
I
I've
feel
been
like
rambling.
he kind of stepped into. I feel like the DC role might have been a little too big for him all at once, like you were kind of implying.
Yeah, no, it's. I think it's true. I think he's good at certain things, but I think the defense has been very underwhelming, and the reason we've been losing, and nobody's addressing it. It's like, hey, the other people would shut other people down if they had Walter Nolan, Garrett Williams, Will Johnson. Some of the people that Calais Campbell still doing great, Sweaty getting career high sacks. How are we still getting scored on this last little drives? It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Well, it's just like we'll be so good on, a couple plays, and then it'll be like 3rd and 18, and then, oh, they get 25.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, the guys are young, but it's like, Cooper DeJean was young too. He did great.
I was going to say, he picked off Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so it's like, come on, brother. At the end of the day, once you're in the NFL for more than 5-6 weeks, that all that rookie shit doesn't really mean much. Are you good at football or no?
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like, in the grand scheme, especially towards the end of the year, there's been a 50-50 fault that the coaching staff is just not connecting with this group and having them ready to go, and then the players are just not vibing with what's been said, what's been going on, just the losing. It's getting in everybody's head, and it's just not good right now.
It's been a bad luck season, kind of everything that can go wrong will go wrong type of season where it bounces off of your hand into your other defender's hand or into your person's hand and then into the defender's hand. That's just kind of the Cardinals' life. Yeah, I'm done talking about this. Let's do picks, man. It's depressing.
Yeah, we got to finish off picking.
Pickies.
Got about 10-ish minutes.
Shoot. All right.
Jeez. I didn't know we were up
Damn.
against it like that. You should have said something like 10 minutes ago.
Dang.
That's all good.
All right. So, quick pick'ems update. You guys killed it last week, 10-6. I went 9-7.
Both of us 10-6?
Yep.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah. So basically, standings are 126-80. Dylan's still number 1.
3 weeks ago.
Damien 124-82, 2 games back, and I'm 4 games back at 120-86.
That means I got to absolutely cook today. That's what
So
that means.
let's roll.
All right. So first game is today. It is going to be Seattle and the Rams, and it's going to be in Seattle. I'm going to go with the Seahawks at home. I know they've been bad at home, but I'm going to trust them to win at home. Dylan, what about you?
Who's the dog in this game?
The dog. I don't know the lines. I'm sorry.
Oh, because they've been winning almost the whole season. I feel like Seattle's the underdog in this game. My gut feeling. I'm going to go with Seattle because they've been winning almost every Thursday night game, so...
Well,
Frankie?
even though the Rams are going to be without Devontae Adams, I still have enough faith in Matt Stafford, who's having an MVP year. Nakua will step up, and so will Kyron Williams. Give me the Rams.
Okay. Next game is going to be Eagles and Commanders in Washington. I'm going to go with the Eagles. What about you, Frankie?
Got to go Eags.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Eagles.
Okay, next one after this is Packers in Chicago. Ooh, this is going to be a game.
I see one.
Packers in Chicago. This is tough. This is going to take a little longer than I wanted to. I'm going to go with Green Bay. Dylan.
Green Bay's first game without Micah Parsons, torn ACL. I'm going to go with Chicago. Gut punch for Green Bay after that injury.
Yeah, no, after not picking Chicago and going with the Shedeur train last week, I've learned my lesson. I'm taking Ben Johnson and the Bears to run all over Green Bay.
This week is good. All these games are excellent except for the Commanders game. Chargers are going to go to Dallas, and I am going to choose. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think that's what they are. I'm going to go with the Chargers in this game. I went with the Cowboys last week. I'm going to go with the Chargers this one. What about you, Dylan?
I'm going to lean Cowboys on this one.
Really? Well, if one thing I've learned, never count out Jim Harbaugh. The man just sent the Chiefs dynasty spiraling, so I'm taking the Chargers.
Nice. Okay, the next one is going to be the Vikings versus the Giants, and they're going to be in New York. I'm going to roll with 9 and the Vikings. Dylan.
Same Vikings. Giants got to get that number 1 pick for Cam Scaraboo.
As much, I mean, I know I'm going to pay for this later, but I know Jackson Dart's going to play like he does every single week. Give me the Giants on the potential upset.
All right. The next one is the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow going into the Quinn Ewers-led Miami Dolphins. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the new kid on the block. Just kidding. I'm gonna go with the Bengals and Joe Burrow. Frankie, what about you?
I tell you what, I mean, I got to go with the Bengals offense, but I am kind of intrigued to see what Quinn Ewers can do.
Man, you had me look at my chops for a second. Yeah, I gave away Bengals.
So. I had to troll it. The next one is going to be in Carolina. Baker Mayfield and the Bucks are going to go to Carolina. This is tough for me, actually. I think this is for the division for the Panthers, right? Or did they already take the division?
It's not. It's still up for grabs.
Well, the Bucks are playing like shit randomly, dude.
They really are. The Panthers are playing very well. But I just, in my heart of hearts, I couldn't pick the Panthers over the Buccaneers. I know I might lose this one because it seems like that's what's going to happen. But I'm gonna trust Baker Mayfield here, and unless it's not Baker Mayfield, it should be Baker Mayfield.
I didn't see anything about him getting hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks. Let me not elongate that.
I don't envision him
Frankie.
sitting out this kind of game.
I mean, this whole division the entire year has been like, who's going to take it? The Bucks started out hot. I don't know what to think at this one. It's going to be a good game regardless, but I'm going to inch across the finish line with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I trust Baker Mayfield and defense more. So
awesome. This next game is a slop fest, like any other slop fest would be. Tyler Shuck and the Saints versus I don't know who in the Jets.
Gag
Give me
bowl.
the Saints at home. What about you, Dill?
Gag bowl. I suppose the Saints.
Wow. We're going to have a Saints sweep. I
No
like what
way,
the Saints
dude.
and the rookie are doing right now. Let's go.
You guys been getting crushed by the Saints. Excuse me. Wow, that's gross. I gotta edit those burps out. Jaguars are gonna go. Wait, I can't skip 2 games. Bills are gonna go to Shadur's house and eat his food in his kitchen, while the Browns defense is gonna put a hurting on Josh Allen. I'm gonna take the Bills to keep their little streak going. The Browns ain't ready for a team like that, in my opinion. So, what about you, Dylan?
Yeah, I agree with that Browns statement. They got to build around Shador more next year. So Bills.
Yeah, they need to give Shadur an offensive line for him to have a true chance. Same with Judkins. Josh Allen and the Bills will roll.
Yeah, the Browns look good for the future, though. The next game is the Chiefs and the Titans. What a mindfuck. The Titans are at home, and the Chiefs are going to be without Patrick Mahomes for the first time in forever. I don't even know who their back. Oh, it's Gardner Minshew. Actually, I do know who their backup is.
Minshew Mania is in Kansas City.
And Travis Kelce is already in a retirement mode mentally. So
yeah. Even with all that being said, I'm gonna bank on Gardner Minshew being able to be better than Cam Ward, and so I'm gonna go with KC. What about you, Frankie?
I don't think the Chiefs' kingdom is on fire that bad that they're gonna lose to the Titans.
Yeah, nah, same. I agree with Frankie Chiefs.
Good. If we all lose that game, we'll lose it together because I'm worried about that one. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The Chiefs had some bad magic this year, dude.
Hey, that'll improve our draft capital if we lose and Titans win. So,
hey, let's get it. Jaguars and Broncos is the next game. What a toughie. The Broncos are at home. I think both of these teams are on a little nice winning streak. Liam Cohen has done a great job, man. Coaching really matters in this league, bro.
100%. Like you can't just fold your arms.
Trash. And Shanahan is doing whatever with any quarterback he gets, you know. But let's stay on the game we're talking about. I'm gonna have some faith in Bo Nix at home. And I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I really want to go with the Jags, but I'm gonna go against it, and I'm gonna fade myself and go with the Broncos. What about you, Franco?
Honestly, like this is a tough game for me. Both teams are playing really well, but I really like what I saw from Trevor Lawrence last week. You know, hopefully him and Brian Thomas can get back in a rhythm like they had last year. I'm taking the Jags.
Interesting. I don't know. Broncos. I can't take too long on this one.
Cool.
And then keep debating it.
Right. Falcons, Cardinals. We're at home. I'm taking the Cardinals. I know that's crazy, but I think we can beat the Falcons. Dylan's all happy because he thinks we're going to lose. What about Dylan? You're taking the Falcons, I presume?
C.
Frankie?
I hate saying this, but we're going to watch our potential quarterback, Kirk Cousins, light us up.
Stop wishing, manifesting bad things for us, bro.
You're gonna convince Bidwell to go on the phone with Atlanta to freaking get him again.
I do not want him here.
He has a past history of wanting him.
Yes, no, I do not. He does, but I don't. The next one is Raiders at Texans. I'd be pissed off if we got Cousins, bro. I'd be mad. The Texans are at home versus the Raiders. I assume this is a sweep, guys. Texans.
See,
Bro, they're gonna put Pete Carroll in a coffin in the parking lot.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we got a Steelers at Lions. I'm gonna go with the Lions. Dylan.
Steelers.
The Lions. Aiden Hutchinson's gonna eat A-Rod's lunch.
Yeah, the Lions got to get back on track. I don't know what the bleep they're doing. The next one is Ravens and Patriots. This is a tough one. The Ravens are at home. I'm gonna go with the Patriots. What about you, Dylan?
I'm gonna the Patriots.
Call me wild, but the Patriots are gonna lose 2 games in a row. Give me Lamar.
I want to pick the Ravens too, but I gotta really try to button this shit up because I gotta beat Dylan. The last game is 49ers at Colts. This is interesting. 49ers at Colts. It's hard to imagine that even with the injuries and stuff that the 49ers would lose to Phillip Rivers and the Colts. So I'm just going to go with the Niners. What about you, Dylan?
Sorry, my package came. What was it? What was the game?
Niners at the Colts.
Niners, Colts, Niners.
Niners sweep.
Niner gang. So, guys, if you like the podcast, if you like what we're doing here, please help us support us by liking, subscribing, and sharing with a friend. It goes so long to help us out. There's a Trey McBride jersey giveaway if you subscribe, and he's cleared his marks, so don't worry about him.
We are 17 subscriptions away.
17 subs from someone getting a Trey McBride jersey. So please be one of those 17. And also tell somebody about the podcast. It really helps us out. And please comment. We love to hear from you. And there's links in the description where you can join the conversation. And we love you. And Merry
One
Christmas.
more thing I might add before we leave. We do have an official partnership with the Phoenix apparel business. Black Eagle Apparel AZ will be doing our future shirts and our logos for us. So appreciate that. Can't wait to get those shirts.
Shout out to Black Eagle.
Black Eagle Apparel.
Black Eagle Apparel. That's awesome. Well, shout you guys out, and we appreciate everything. So let's go.